What's going on, Dolphins? It is your boy Dillon. I'm making this video. I'm gonna stop saying I'm gonna make them quick. I'm gonna let the cards fall as they may, man, because I really suck at the hey, I'm gonna make a short video and then it ends up being like long as hell. So I'm gonna stop saying that. I'm just gonna do it. So I'm making this video though because I want to respond to some comments that was up in one of the comment section of one of my recent videos. And it's some hater stuff, you know, going on. You know, some people who disagree, but they're like all like animate about it, and you know, getting like all up in their feelings. But in case you guys haven't noticed, whenever I give those comments, I don't say the names because I am a decent human being and I ain't trying to put people on blast like that. Because the bigger you know you get, once you start pitting people against each other like that, it can get pretty nasty, and I'm not that kind of person. So I keep the names out of it, you know, for, I don't know, their protection, just to be fair. Anyway, so let me get to it though. Dude left a couple comments, and so I want to kind of get to a few of them because I got a few points to make here. First one said, dude, Ted Larson, question mark, he was garbage, saying that like making it seem like I was saying that getting rid of Ted Larson was bad. Apparently, see, and this is one of the reasons why I say people are ridiculous. They get all up in their feelings, they cherry pick, they don't listen, they're not logical, right? Because that's not even close to what I said. I said the Ted Larson cut was good. I think they should have kept Josh Sitton at least through training camp, right? Because then they'd have at least a good established veteran who 2 years ago was one of the best guards in the league, right? Now they don't have like an offensive line at all. So, you know, I don't know. If you'd rather have no offensive line than, you know, one, you know, really good guard, even though he was injured last year, he's healthy now, right? He's not that expensive, but hey, whatever. That's y'all's, you know, choice to make. So anyway, point there is clearly just didn't even listen to me. So just want to get up in the comment section all fuming for no reason, right? Then I'm sorry. I gotta laugh, bro. I gotta laugh. Then he's like, this staff has achieved so much more than the previous one. Oh my goodness. This staff hasn't even played a game yet. They ain't even got into training camp in their first year yet. Like, that kind of statement is about as ridiculously false as you can get. Like, and it doesn't matter. So here's what I said basically. So you can't, not even close to possible, right? Like, and it doesn't even matter what you think of the staff, whether you like them or don't like them, whether you like their moves or not. They've been in power for like a month, 2 months, right? Body of work is not even comparable yet. You can compare the first couple months of the regimes, right? I'm kind of paraphrasing here. If you like to do that, can start by saying that the old regime didn't find it was necessary to cut off their own arms and legs. They didn't find it necessary to gut absolutely everything. What they looked at the fucking roster and was like, okay, these are, you know, some pieces we can use, you know, because when we got Adam Gase, it was supposed to be a rebuild then, right? So why was it necessary that we like tear the walls down and rip up the foundation? It's not necessary. You don't need to do that anyway, but they did. And so because they are doing that, they are putting themselves in an even bigger hole than they would have been in. Like if they would have kept Josh Sitton, I think Sitton, James, Gore, Amendola, Tannehill, I think those players should have stayed. I would have got rid of Parker instead of Amendola. I still would get rid of Robert Quinn. I said the Andre Branch release was a good release. You know, like I just would have done things a lot differently. Sorry, right? So anyway, going on, if you want to say that the regime has far more self-inflicted wounds to this point than the last regime, that would be a fair point. Overall, the regime hasn't done anything yet, period. Like I said, they haven't even gotten into training camp. So how are you gonna, and remember, the last regime took us to the playoffs in year one. So after this year, I mean, if they fall short there, then what, right? So have they really then, you know, achieved more than the last regime? I mean, come on, like this is crazy. This is crazy, right? Again, they've been in power far too short a time. I don't like their methods or approach, but I still advocate for them to have 5 full years, even if things don't go how we would like them to go in the first 3 years, even if we go like 3-13, 4-12, 2-14 over the next 3 years because of this tremendous hole that we're in this massive rebuild, then fine, right? I say give him another 2 years. Brian Flores' contract is for 5 years. Give him the full 5. I'll get to my guess though, right? So my guess is that people who adamantly wanted the old regime to be ousted and fervently back the current regime, like praising him like he's the new coming of Don Shula, right, will lose patience after year 3 if we have sub 500 seasons, especially if they are less than 5 wins. Like I was saying, guarantee it that this fan base and the ownership is gonna lose their shit after 3 years and be like, okay, it's time to rip up the foundation again. It's like if you plant a tree, right, like a sapling, right? I don't know. I'm not a motherfucking botanist. I don't know crazy shit about trees, but I can say this: the average tree probably has like a growth time, like an average growth time of like 10 years or something, right? It's a long time and it's in years. If you plant the motherfucker when it's a sproutling and you know, it's not growing fast enough for you and you're like, fuck it after a couple years because it's only like, you know, your height, and then you dig it up, well, I'm sorry, but you can't be upset at yourself or you can't be upset at the tree. You can be upset at yourself because you did it, right? But you can't be upset at the tree. You can't get mad at the tree and be like, oh, you didn't grow fast enough for me, so I'm just gonna dig you up. That's crazy, right? I can keep going though. Don't even worry about that. So if that happens, then this regime won't get a chance to show that they can do it just like the last one, and we'll be right back here in a few years. So I'm just saying, obviously there's time yet. Nothing's set in stone, right? Like this motherfucker's trying to sit here and say like they've accomplished more than the last regime, like it's set in stone and it's somehow factual. That's crazy. Absolutely crazy. Anyway, let me continue though. But hey, if Brian Flores and this new regime really are the hot shit, then they have 5 years to show it. Good luck, and I hope they can do it. As it stands now, I'm not convinced. Sorry. You know, sad day for you or anybody who doesn't like the fact that I disagree with what the team is doing, right? See, that's the thing. A lot of people are all pissed off because the past few decades have sucked and we've been mediocre, right? I'm upset too. I'm frustrated too. I've been a Dolphins fan for a long time, but here's the thing. I'm not gonna like shoot myself in the foot because I'm all pissed off and I want to like, you know, I'm all up in my emotions and I can't handle shit, right? And I just have some knee-jerk emotional reaction. No, I want to find constructive ways to fix our problems, hopefully be competitive this year, and build for the future. Right? That's what you want to do. Not this, oh, I just got to strip everything down to bare nothing, right? Okay, so there's that. Finally, he had 3 comments. Then he said, quit hating, dude. Get over it. Gase was trash and Tannehill was mediocre at best. Alright. Bruh, for real? I'm not hating just because I disagree with what they are doing. It's not hating just because I don't like the moves that they are making. Okay, you can, that's a thing. It can be, right? You can be, look, I'm a diehard fan. I'm even the one saying if it doesn't go well, give them the 5 years, right? So how am I hating just because I don't like what they are doing? And I give, you know, I give my reasons for it. You can disagree with it if you want. That's fine. But most of it is factual. And then some of it is, you know, my analysis of it and my perspective. But how am I hating just because I don't like the moves they're making? It's hating when you dislike someone and want them fired because of your feelings toward them. That's hating, especially when there's no factual basis for why your feelings are hurt or a justification for why the person should be fired. It's your right to believe that, you know, it's y'all's right to believe Gase was trash and Tannehill was mediocre, but we'll see how the facts play out. To this point, all the people who are really hating, all the Tannehill and Gase haters, are just factually incorrect. Because Gase's career was going wonderful before he came to Miami, right? And everybody was praising him as a genius, this, that, and the other, right? So it's not like that just all of a sudden gets erased because he had a couple rough seasons in Miami. Okay, and he went to the playoffs as a first-year head coach. with average squad, with an average team overall. He did that. He did that. Yeah. And then he had a couple bad seasons. Okay. So do we not want to look at his entire record as a whole? Oh, no, of course not. Because people's, you know, instant gratification, right? Again, just to redefine, to be clear, that's within 3 to 5 years of a regime is considered instant gratification. Like, because if you took Don Shula, he was with the team for a couple decades, right? But it took time to you know, get things going and establish the kind of success he had. Same with Bill Belichick and the Patriots and every other team. Anyway, Tannehill, I mean, it's crazy because, I mean, if you look at the stats, the dude holds a gang of franchise records. He holds an NFL record. Like, people are just wild. Like, they just ignore facts. It's crazy. Anyway, don't worry though. I'll be keeping a close eye on the regime and all the moves they make. I'll also be keeping a close eye on Adam Gase's career and Ryan Tannehill's career, so I can update the facts for you, so you can see how they're doing, right? And see if, you know, who ends up being right based off the facts. Not anybody's opinion, but based off the facts. We'll let the truth decide. So anyway, that's really, you know, all I got for you guys in this. I tried to keep it as short as possible. I hope I did all right at that. I think I did all right this time. I just said what I had to say. But anyway, I hope you guys enjoy my videos. I hope you guys like them, right? If you do, make sure you hit the subscribe button, make sure you hit the like button, make sure you hit the bell if you want to get the alerts. Leave your questions, comments, and concerns down in the comment section. And as always, make sure you follow me on Twitter at Dillon Tartaro. And with that, I am out. I'll see y'all soon. Fins up.